What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? This your boy, Dale Wayne, and we are back. The Letsbeclearpodcast. We back. Ladies, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, everybody. Yes, we are finally back.
We are finally back. Did y'all miss us? That's what I want to know. People been hitting us up like crazy. Like, where's the podcast? Where y'all at?
Right.
Awesome.
So used to posting the links. Right. So used to us posting the links. So I love that they missed it. I love that they're looking for it.
Right. So what's been going on, ladies? Update the listeners. What y'all been up to? Answer that. What y'all been up to?
I've just been working. Yeah, you guys know I am still in that corporate healthcare life. So I have been working hard, trying to kind of get caught up to speed at my new job and still, doing little events with Cocoa Brown Curls. I don't know if you guys saw, I had an event last weekend with Pour Up Atlanta at the workplace here in Atlanta on the north side, over by SunTrust Park. It was a really, really good event. So if you guys are on Instagram, check out Pour Up Atlanta because it seems like they do a lot of events in the city.
Yeah, I saw that. I checked that out on your Instagram post. Looked like you had a lot of fun there.
I did. Mm-hmm. They partnered up with the Curls Ambassador team here in Atlanta. And just, women empowerment, room full of black women. The CEO of Pour Up Atlanta, Raven, fun girl, very energetic, very appreciative. The event, I guess, turned out really good numbers for her. And she just kept the momentum going, kept the spirit up in the room, and just a great networking event for women. So I'm excited to work with her again and continue on her Create and Sip series that she has going right now.
All right, cool. Was Curly Neek there? I just like saying her name, Curly Neek.
I know. No, she has her event coming up this weekend. I'm so proud of her.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is fun.
Yeah. So, Antoinette, what you been up to? Let the listeners know what you've been up to as well. It's been like 2 weeks.
Oh, I know. So you guys know. Well, I think I announced it on the show that this year I have dedicated myself to self-care. So basically, what I've been doing is reevaluating some of the things that I've been doing in my life, and so I have incorporated working out. So I actually just joined a gym night rounds in my area. And so I've been actively working out every day of the week and, incorporating, I'm doing the pescatarian switch. So I'm eating no dairy and no meat and just really switching a lot of things in my life around. So
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been focusing on that and just really taking care of myself. So, yeah, self-care. I'm all about it this year. It's my thing.
That is amazing. That is awesome, Antoinette. That is awesome.
Thank you.
It's so funny because I'm on that same journey. For the past 2 weeks, like we talked about on the last podcast, I haven't had any dairy. Of course, I'm not eating meat, and I'm working out. I've been jogging every day and doing 30 minutes working out. So I've been going kind of hard, working out twice a day. I'm going really hard with just, being in shape and just eating the right things. And so I'm on the same path as you. I'm so proud of you, Anthony. Great job.
I'm proud of you, too. And I don't know if you see it, but, just in the month that I've been doing it and changing my lifestyle, and I've been changing, the food lifestyle for, 3 months, and working out just happened this past month. But honestly, just, any energy that I've had or negative vibes and or if I'm stressed out at work, I don't really care as much anymore. It doesn't bother me anymore because I had that outlet to kind of hit a bag or get that out at the end of the day, so it relieves a lot of stress. That's what it does. It relieves a lot of stress, and I didn't realize how beneficial working out was or can be to your health. So I'm excited.
Right. Well, that's awesome. That's really good. I've been replacing my protein with peanuts. I don't know. Walmart has these great veggie patties and things like that. I don't know what are you doing to replace your protein, but I have these. It's called Morningstar. I don't know if you're familiar with the brand, but they have great vegetarian patties and things like that. So I'm not eating anything white either. I don't do no mashed potatoes, no white rice. I just do everything brown, wheat rice, everything.
Wow,
basically. I got wheat waffles.
Nice.
So if it's white, I don't eat it. So that's pretty much how I'll stick to my diet. If it's white, don't eat it.
Very cool. Yeah. Nice.
I need you guys to rub off on me. If you notice, I'm completely quiet.
You will get there.
Right.
You'll get there.
If you notice, I have nothing to say. I just need y'all to rub off.
It's so funny.
I promise I'm trying. I am trying.
We're going to pull you to the side. I'm going to start sending you some Dr. Sebi little clips and stuff. We're going to get you over to the side in in a little while, before the year over.
Right, yeah, baby steps.
Right,
baby steps.
Exactly.
Baby
exactly.
steps. That's funny. All right, Tabitha, what's up, Tabitha? What you got going on? We ready for this Curls, Love, and Life. We missed
Yes.
What's up?
Right. So we are back, guys, this week with another round of Curls, Love, and Life. And I have two exciting events that I want to announce. I have been kind of teasing you guys for the last couple of weeks, telling you that, I would make some announcement about the Talia Wajid World Natural Hair Show. And it kind of just hadn't fit in. But with it quickly approaching this weekend, guys, I think it's Wednesday. We have 2 or 3 days left. It is this Saturday and Sunday, April 27th and 28th, here in Atlanta at the Georgia International Convention Center. I always say it wrong. I always say World Congress Center, but it's not. It's the International Convention Center that is attached to the airport. Again, it's Saturday and Sunday, the 27th to 28th. Doors open at 10 a.m. and close both days at 7 p.m. Right now, guys, you can still get your tickets for $5. If you've never heard of this before, I do not know how. It is one of the best annual hair shows that I'll say the world has. It started very small by Talia Wajid years ago, and now I think we have over 300 vendors. So you're going to see everybody from the heavy hitters like As I Am, Uncle Funky, Shea Moisture, Curls. Again, shout out to Curls that I just partnered with their team this past weekend with Ford Up Atlanta. You have newer names coming up like Aja Naturals. Aja Naturals has not announced that they'll be there yet, but I know they were there last year. You also have The Do. If you guys do not know what The Do is, you have to go on Instagram and check them out. I love The Do because I'm a hip-hop girl, and all of their marketing and everything kind of goes around hip-hop. Very bright, vibrant colors. She has Most Def is the name of one of her products. It's just really cool. So I do know that The Do is going to be there. I believe this is her second year, and she's actually a local stylist based out of Macon, Georgia, who has her own salon, created her own product line called The Do. And again, this will be her second year at the World Natural Hair Show. So if you guys haven't already got your tickets, you can still go on either Talia Wajid on Instagram or Facebook. You can go to eventbrite.com, or you can go to naturalhairshow.org to get your ticket. And I will be in the building. I haven't announced if I'm working with anyone yet, but if I decide to, because I've said on a live within the last week, it's exhausting, guys, working that World Natural Hair Show. I'll just be honest. It's fun. It's amazing. At least 30,000 people from all over the world come into Atlanta that specific weekend every single year. So it's jam-packed with, it's a huge deal. If you've ever been inside the International Convention Center, you know it's huge. It's packed. They have every single room open. All the barriers in the main area are down. So it's this big, wide open space, and it is packed in there. You have just various little conventions and conferences and entertainment, and you have a guy's corner where they get haircuts, and they have a bar and a kid's corner. It's all kind of crazy things. And as amazing as it is, it's amazing to network. It's amazing in this community. It is absolutely exhausting. So I just haven't made the decision yet if I'm going to commit to working the event or actually just enjoying it, because I think where I am right now is just wanting to get back into enjoying why I got into this, enjoying why I launched Cocoa Brown Curls XO, and that's part of it. As much as I love working events, I love just kind of being in the midst of it and watching my surroundings and seeing how things are changing. So I still have a couple of minutes, literally. I know I'm getting down to the wire to committing to working with a brand, but I have a couple of minutes still to decide. So if I am going to work with a brand, I will announce that to you guys at least by Friday morning, but just stay tuned for that. So that's the very first event in Curls news that I wanted to talk about. And the second event that I actually am going to work, I'm super excited about it. You guys know I am a brand ambassador for the Puff Cuff. If you don't know what the Puff Cuff is, you can check them out, thepuffcuff.com. You can go on my social media. You see it up and down my timeline. Just being a brand ambassador, I love to post content about the Puff Cuff. But we're actually having our second annual Ditch the Band live event. It is going to be here in Atlanta on May 26th at the Riverside Epicenter. That's in Austell, Georgia. And your girl, actually, this is a Letsbeclearpodcast exclusive. I'm announcing for the first time that I am going to actually be working the VIP lounge. I'm going to be the VIP lounge host. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about that. Last year, I actually walked in the runway So it was very behind the scenes for me. I didn't really get an opportunity to be out on the floor and kind of with some of the attendees. I didn't get a chance to really mix and mingle and show you guys what the Digital Band event is until the end. So I love the fact that this year I'm actually getting a chance to be out in the crowd, working the crowd, and be the host of the VIP Lounge. So you guys are going to find me on my social media. I'll be advertising. Cool. Yeah, I love to interview. So that is one of my main things that I'll be doing. I'll be interviewing the celebrities, interviewing the guests, interviewing the VIP guests, interviewing other brand ambassadors. Yeah, I'm super excited. Super excited. So again, that is May 26th. I've been posting content about it like crazy this week. I'm going to have some more content up. Of course, more information of where you guys can get your tickets and such. So just stay tuned for more information about that. But I'm super excited for that. So those are 2 events that we have coming up sort of back to back. So that is my curls news for this week.
Very cool, Tab.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, I love being a brand ambassador. I really do. I like connecting with people. All right, so we're going to go straight from curls news. We're going to roll right into love. And you guys know sometimes I hit below the belt with love. I promise you this is a very random topic. It popped into my head. It popped into my head. Right. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Antoinette is bracing herself. She is really bracing herself.
We're all very committed, so we don't have anything to be afraid of. But again, just as I've been kind of going through this week, different conversations and things pop up, and it just got me thinking, because this actually happens more than people may realize. But the question I have this week for ourselves and for our listeners is, you're in a relationship with someone and your friends and family shutting it down. They don't like the idea at all. Nobody agrees with it. You're kind of out solo on that island. Do you proceed with the relationship, and would you ever go as far as to marry someone that your friends and family absolutely do not get along with whatsoever?
Good.
What do you guys think?
So actually, this is actually happened to me in my current relationship right now.
Wow.
You guys are like, ooh, what is that?
I wasn't even trying.
Tabitha got a crystal ball over there.
She does. She really, really does. Okay, guys. So the story is, I am the youngest of 3. So I have an older brother and an older sister. So out of the 3, I'm the baby of the family. So quite naturally, my brother is very protective of me. And me and him are super, super close. Like, we're best friends. Like, he's my role model. Like, I absolutely love my brother. So quite naturally, when I get of age to start dating, I never brought anyone around the family. Never talked about any guy, anything. So the first guy that my brother was actually introduced to is Corey, and the one who I'm with currently. And so, again, quite naturally, he was very, no, this is not happening. You're not dating my sister, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's a typical kind of big brother protection kind of thing that happens. But, I mean, I knew Corey was a good guy, and I know the guys that I had dated previously were not worthy enough to meet my brother up until that point. And I knew that he just needed to get to know him and kind of understand, why I fell in love with him and or started dating him. And so he, over the years, has warmed up, and he's fine with it now. But I think any guy that I would have brought home, he would have said no to anyway, regardless of who it was. So there was always that immediate knee-jerk reaction to say, no, you're not dating my sister. To, okay, I understand that, but let's get past that and, get to know this person and understand that I am a good, I have a good vibe on selecting someone good enough to introduce you to and to bring into our family. So
I understand that if I waited this long, there's a reason. You know what I mean? I understand that I have a good enough judge of character that I could realize that everybody else wasn't worth meeting you, kind of a thing. And if I finally bring somebody to you, it's because I love and respect them enough to even have them in your presence as my best friend.
Absolutely, yeah. And so we still joke about it to this day, like how he was very anti-Corey and he's still here. So funny.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
So how is their relationship now? Are they? Because it's been 14 years, so I'm sure they have a better relationship now. Okay, great.
Yeah,
see, that works out.
Family now. Yeah, so he's family now, and it's just like it's nothing. Like, it's just that's just me and him are a pair now, so that's what it is.
Right. I love that. Okay, so it worked out in your situation for the best. You used your best judgment. Dylan, what you think? Could you proceed?
I think it's different for men and women. I really do. With my family in general, specifically my family, to be honest with you, I could give a flying, you know what, if they don't like the person, the woman that I'm with. That's their problem. I'm hoping that my family members, including especially my sisters and my brothers, my siblings, would trust that I'm going to make the right decision about who I want around me. Like Antoinette was saying, her brother is really close. So her brother should know, and he's just been a brother because I have little sisters too. But deep down inside, he knows that you're going to choose the right person to be in your circle. We just don't pick anyone to be close to and to release intimate details about our lives, our secrets, and just be intimate with. So if I'm intimate with her and I'm bringing her around, you better trust that I already vetted everything about this woman and she's good. And if you don't like her, that's your personal problem. And I really don't care. So that's just me. That's me. If my family members don't like my wife, that's their problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you believe though that sometimes another woman can sniff out bullshit? Like, do you believe that portion? Like, you might be around this girl, and we're not even talking about your wife. Let's just have a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like, you're dating this girl. She's putting on this whole time. Then your sister gets around her, and your sister is immediately like, I smell bullshit. Like, that's not.
And that has happened to me.
Right.
See, the same relationship that Antoinette has with her brother, me and my sister have that same relationship. And I asked her to follow you guys on Instagram, so she's following both of y'all right now. We have a really, really close relationship. We only 2 years apart. We've been so close since she taught me how to spell my name, and she taught me how to just do everything. She taught me everything as we were kids. So there has been women that I dated in the past, and she, like you said, Tabitha, she sniffed them out. She just was like, she ain't no good. And I was young, and she was right for the most part.
Right.
But her and my wife, they get along great. So yeah, but you were right about the sniffing out part.
I was just about to say, so then maybe that's part of it. You know what I mean? It's luckily, fortunately, and it's a blessing that your wife, of course, is the right person for you, but it's also because your sister didn't see anything bad in her. That's why that was able to continue.
Right.
So for the right ones, of course, you continue. And I feel the same way. For the right ones, you continue. But for me, I'm the same way. I'm very close to my family. I'm very close to my close-knit friends. Now, not everybody is going to have an opinion about my relationship and what I do. But the people that I love, the people that are closest to me, the people that know me best, absolutely, I'm going to take what they say and kind of what they sense into consideration. Because I know sometimes you start things out, you having fun, you kicking it, and then you don't realize when you start losing yourself or losing your head a little bit. So if I have you around me at that level, it's because I trust you. And I trust for you to be able to pull me back or check me when I might need it, because I need to do that to you sometimes. So I do. I feel like I'm not going to let it get that far to the point where it has to be this huge commotion, and now I'm having to deal with the fact that my family and my friends don't like this person, and the back and forth, and messing up on holidays and stuff like that. Like, I would cut that off from the beginning. Like, it's got to be something. All of the people closest to me are like, nah, Tab, like, this isn't even cool. I'm not even going to get to the point where I'm holding on or fighting for you against that. I'm going to trust the vibes that I get and the energy that I get from my friends and family, and just not even let it get to that point.
So Tabitha, your brother that's on Instagram, I've been following him. He won't follow me back. I don't know what's up, but that's another story. Has there ever been?
He's very
He will not follow me back. Yeah. But anyway,
I have to remind him of that.
Yeah. I also want to ask you, has there been a time where maybe you were dating someone where your brother, he didn't particularly like him, and just being a big brother and kind of being protective over you as well, or being a brother?
Well, okay,
I don't know who knows it.
Funny, right, exactly. So funny story. So that is my brother-in-law through my husband. but you hear me say my brother because we're just that close. We are just that close that that's all you hear me say is my brother. But oddly enough, our relationship is so close. I don't know if it's because we're both Leos. I don't know. We've been around each other 14 years. We have a close-knit relationship. Even though I know him through my husband, he is still, in a sense, like protective and still there. You know what I mean? So even when we're going through stuff, he's not going to immediately take my husband's side because it's my husband. Like, he's still going to kind of stand up for what's right, period, for both of us, trying to help protect our marriage and keep our marriage strong and be that sounding board for us. But he's still kind of like protective in that sense. So yeah, it's still like that. Yeah, it's definitely still like that. So yeah, that happened. I just wanted to ask that as my love question, because like that happens more often than I think we realize. And we find so many people, we find so many people in relationships that they can't truly enjoy. And I just, me personally, I just don't know what it's worth. Like, what quality of a relationship can you truly have if you isolate yourself just to that relationship? Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I love my husband and we enjoy our time together, but we have a life, and we have a life outside each other. And if we can't share that life outside of each other with the people that we both love, then what kind of quality is that?
Yeah, definitely agree.
All right, guys, so we're going to move right along. The next one's going to be a little quicker. It's my life topic, and it actually, I'm glad when I first got on our call today that we were talking about just living life and being healthy, because as I am trying to do that and becoming more cognizant of certain things, I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. and hitting the gym like I want to be, but I'm definitely trying to eat better and just do things differently. I'm more aware of certain things, so I will 100% admit, whatever, all of our listeners can be like, I don't even see how this is possible. I am new to the Whole Foods situation. I know everybody knows about Whole Foods. I have walked into my very first Whole Foods within these last 2 weeks. And when I say that, I ask myself, how the hell is this the first time you've been introduced to a hot bar? And for anybody who's listening who's never been in a Whole Foods, it's a whole mood. Like, it's like a field trip. Yeah, it's like a field trip for adults. Like, I don't understand how I've lived my adult life without it. Like, there's a special line for Amazon Prime members. Like, I feel like the shelves automatically restock themselves because it was perfect. Like, there's a whole hot bar. Like, one day I feel like I'm going to do a live video just from the Whole Foods, right? So as I asked myself, like, how the hell are you 33 years old and you just went into Whole Foods for the first time? So when I looked it up on the map, I realized in Atlanta, there's only 2 Whole Foods outside the perimeter. And if you guys don't know what the perimeter here is in Atlanta, you have your 75-85 highway that runs up and down. You have your 285 that runs in a circle, and then your 20 that runs in, like, right through the city from east to west. All of the Whole Foods are north of 20 and inside the perimeter, so inside of 285. And there's only 2 Whole Foods outside of 285, and they're close to each other. They're not that far from each other. They're, like, right outside of the perimeter. So my question is, for those of us who want to live a better life and eat healthy and have these Amazon Prime special checkout lines and hot bar experiences in these, like, I don't want to say bougie grocery stores, but like these high-end grocery stores, what do we do when we realize that access like that is really being kept from us? And it's not like I live in a crazy area. I'm on the south side. I love the city of, the suburban city of Atlanta that I live in. It's a very, we make decent money down here, so I'm not understanding why we don't have access to a Whole Foods. Why is it only north of 20?
It's so funny that you brought this up, because honestly, I'm in the position right now where I'm starting to look at property, and I'm getting into a place where I'm going to buy my first place within the next couple years. So with that being said, I actually looked today at some locations in Maryland, and I am going to determine where I'm going to move based on if you have a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Aldi, and where else do I shop at? I think that's it. Those are like my main 3 sources for food to go to. So, and funny enough, like one place where I found like it was a great area for us to go to is just like, oh wait, but the Whole Foods is like 30 minutes away. And right now I live like 10 minutes from a Whole Foods or 5 minutes from a Whole Foods and, 10 minutes from Trader Joe's, and everything that I need is right in my area. So I find it extremely interesting how Whole Foods and certain healthy food selections are only in particular neighborhoods. And I'm sure it's set up that way, and that's how, things are.
Right.
specifically placed in certain neighborhoods and areas and away from where we would naturally gravitate towards and or can afford to move to for as first year home buyers. So very interesting. And it's just so funny that you brought this up today because I literally just looked into this and I'm like, what am I going to do now?
Right. Like I want to live in this area, but I'm not getting afforded the same. And I tell people all the time, because if you're in Atlanta, if you're not on your side of town, you feel like it's too much. Like people who are on the north side are like, oh my God, how can you live on the south side? People on the west side are like, how can you live on the east side? But I always tell people, everything you have on the north, I have on the south. Everything somebody has on the east, they have on the west. That's a lie. So I apologize for the last 14 years that I have been pumping up living on the south side because I got the malls and the Best Buys and the Brand Smarts and the CarMax. I feel like I have everything everybody else has. That's a lie. I do not have Whole Foods. I am not eating good. I don't have those special burgers that I saw at the front. Like, I don't like, they literally, have you guys seen the hot bar? I mean, it was a whole barbecue. Right, like, it's like they have their own cafe. It's like, why am I going to Starbucks? Like, there were so many different places to sit, and like, the next time I have to meet somebody, like to study or to network, I'm going to tell them to meet me at a Whole Foods. Like, screw Starbucks. And what it was like, oh, go ahead. I'm like, there was like an ice cream parlor. There was a barbecue restaurant. Like, I kid you not, you guys are laughing at me. I promise you, I'm doing a live video from the Whole Foods because there's got to be more people out there like me that have never experienced Whole Foods.
So Tabitha, Amazon bought Whole Foods, as we know, back in 2017. And August 2017. So it hasn't even been a full 2 years yet. So what I would say to you is just be patient. Give Amazon some time because Amazon is doing a lot of great things. They're not Google, but they're my second favorite. They're doing a lot of great things. They announced a few months ago that everybody was making $15 an hour at Whole Foods. It doesn't matter if you bagging groceries or you sweeping the floor. You making $15 an hour at all Whole Foods locations. So what I would say is just give it a little time. Yes. Yes.
Because they were in there like, welcome. Like, come on.
Yeah, they're happy. They're making $15 an hour.
So the first day that I went in there, I went straight to the hot bar. So there was a guy on like the third bar down putting out, I didn't know what he was doing because it was 9 in the morning. You clearly can't be putting out soup. It's 9 in the morning. They don't do this at Publix. They don't do this at Walmart, at Target. So I'm like, okay, he must be cleaning. But as I go around the hot bar because I'm getting my bacon, I smell soup. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So he sees my curiosity, and I'm like looking at him, and he's like, hey. And I'm like, okay, you're so happy at 9 in the morning. And I'm like, well, how? Yeah. I'm like, whenever you guys put the soup out, how will I know, because I didn't see any labels. He's like, oh, I'm putting the labels out now. So clearly I'm really confused because, again, sir, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, what are y'all really doing in here? Like, who owns this place? What's going on? So then I go to walk away, and if this was Walmart, first of all, I wouldn't even have seen anybody doing anything. But I go to walk away, and he's like, ma'am, what's your favorite soup? And I'm like clutching my pearls because I'm like, are you talking to me? Like, at 9 o'clock, you're inquiring and like you're engaging the customer. So I'm like, I like whisper. Like,
that was new to you.
Exactly. I'm like, what is Blasey talking to me? So I'm like whispering and like cream of broccoli. He's like, oh, I got it right here. I'm like, you're lying. First of all, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, sir. Second of all, this is the South. Nobody has cream of broccoli soup. He was like, I actually have 2 bowls of it, like two containers of it. And I just was like, listen, I will be in here every single morning. So I totally can see them making $15 an hour because they are happy as hell at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Yeah. So here in Las Vegas, we have 4 Whole Foods in Las Vegas, and they're spread it out. They're spread it out north, south, east, and west, all 4 of them. So they pretty much covered the whole Las Vegas area. So like I said, I would just give it a little time. There's going to be some Whole Foods all around the ATL, but I'm shocked there's only 2. I really am.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And like I said, it's only 2 outside the perimeter, but one of them is like soon as you cross over 285. So there's, I think, like 5 or 6 again within the perimeter north of 20. So we're talking like Northside Drive. We're talking Suntrust Park area. We're talking Marietta.
Right.
We're talking, north of Avondale Estates. And if you guys are from Atlanta, you already know Avondale Estates is Decatur. It's the east side. But it's north of that, like North Druid Hills area. So I'm like, okay, I get it. There's money over there. But excuse me, there's money over here, too. Like, I live off of Eagles Landing. So I'm just praying. That's okay. I'll just at Amazon on all my posts.
And what's so funny, Tabitha, too, is that I actually saw this issue as well in like PG County in that area in Maryland, that I fell in love with Trader Joe's. And so I inquired about it because I thought, like, well, maybe I can open my own Trader Joe's and maybe they have franchises and I can do that because I know how low their cost their food is and how great it is, and I really love it. And come to find out, you can't franchise that. It's privately owned. So things like things like a Trader Joe's and or Aldi's, which Aldi's is actually an offspring from Trader Joe's, which they are brothers who actually went into business together and then separated. So Aldi's is owned by the brother of, the guy who also owns Trader Joe's or who started it.
Okay.
And Aldi's is just like, I would say just a little lesser version, but they also have great things there than Trader Joe's. But so just little things like that and just information that I found out recently that is disheartening because I know our community needs more access to healthier foods and fresh vegetables and things like that. And the fact that we're not getting the resources that we need in our communities is very peculiar to me. So
exactly,
I'm feeling a hunt for that. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, I want the little special vegan burger that was at the front. Like, I want access to that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's not just me. So I think, we always say on the Let's Be Clear podcast, we don't want to just bring up issues. We want to talk about, like, how we can kind of make changes in our community. So I brought this up. It's becoming important to me. You guys are already living your life right. I'm trying to get there. So I'm going to do more research, and I'm going to, try to announce on an upcoming podcast how we can help kind of push Amazon to correct this, because since they bought out Whole Foods, clearly somebody's got to be paying attention to the fact that Whole Foods is marketing and targeting certain communities over others. And Amazon delivers everywhere. So, Amazon delivers to homeless people. So they've got to care about us on the south side of Atlanta. All right, guys. Well, that's all I had for Curls Love and Life this week.
Great job.
No problem. Thank you. All right. So, Antoinette, what you got for us?
All right, guys. All right. It's time for Talking Tech with Antoinette. All right. And so this week, guys, I have a headline that's pretty interesting and something I just found out about today. So I'm glad I'm able to bring it to you. So the headline reads, How Apple's New iPhone Threatens Verizon, AT&T, and Other Wireless Providers. And this is by Andrew Bloomethal from TechCrunch. So here's what's going on in the article, guys. So in the fall of 2018, the telecom industry was shaken up by Apple's newest iPhone release, whose revolutionary new SIM card technology lets customers switch between carriers at will. Okay? So tech giants like AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile, who have traditionally maintained a lucrative stronghold over their customer base, are now struggling to maintain their customer relationships because Amazon's extraordinary size and reach. So what does this mean and why should you care, right? So you may or not be aware that prior to Apple's unveiling their new eSIM technology, you had a SIM card which was actually in the back of your phone. Are you guys familiar with that, the SIM cards that you had with your cell phones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this current technology is used by carriers such as Verizon and AT&T for you to access their cell phone network. All right? This comes in all forms of SIM cards that carry, furnishings to customers after their contract is purchased. So after you go into a Verizon or AT&T and you purchase your phone, that SIM card is specifically for that network in that particular store that you received your phone from. So you cannot take that SIM card and go to any other carrier because it's specifically for that network in whatever the provider that you currently signed up for. So in order to change carriers, you would need a new SIM card. But this isn't the case with Apple's new eSIM technology, which is embedded directly into your phone, letting customers easily switch between carriers without the hassles of obtaining a new SIM card. So here's the gem through all of this, guys. Phones equipped with the new eSIM technology will now allow you to switch between carriers as easy as if they were switching from Wi-Fi networks to another. Customers are no longer forced to go into stores and change carriers or order a new SIM card for delivery. Consequently, eSIM technology lets customers organically decide to switch carriers based on their evolving needs as well as individual merits of specific carrier. The net effect of this new model is that carriers must now strive harder to offer better products and services, in effect, to attract new and to retain their customers. So basically, guys, you will no longer have to deal with contracts with cell phone providers and termination fees and or networking compatibilities, because with this new eSIM card, you can actually take your phone and go to another carrier and say, hey, guys, I want to switch to you today because you're offering me 5G as well as access to all of Netflix and Hulu that I can get on my phone through my 5G network, through my phone whenever I'm, traveling or doing whatever else. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is
cool.
It's
really going to change the game, and it's going to, so how we have the streaming wars currently with Netflix, Hulu, and Apple, which just got into the game of streaming, we're going to see that same model happen with the cell phone wireless network carriers. So you're going to see Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, and AT&T now battle for customers and for offering you better services and at a lower price point. So it shall be interesting over the next few months to see how this is going to pan out.
I'm excited about that. Everybody else is leveling up. Like you said, Netflix leveled up, Google's leveling up constantly, Amazon, they bought the hot bar, so I love them. It's time that the cell phone companies do something. I have been with Sprint since 2000 and in my own name since 2003, 2004. 2004. Mm-hmm. I have been with Sprint since 2004, only because I have the unlimited plan. It's the cheapest, but I'm just over it. I'm ready for the cell phone companies to do something different to entice me to want to switch up and go to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Same. How about you, Dylan? How do you feel about that?
So I'm totally agree with what Tabitha just said. I don't know if I told y'all, but I used to work for Sprint, and I don't work for them anymore, but they have the worst. You're talking to a former employee at Sprint. They have the worst contract. And even when I was talking to my district managers and my supervisors, and I was explaining to them that this is not right to do customers like that, they say, just do it anyway. It's terrible. So being able to take your SIM card out your phone and switch your provider, I think that's great. Getting rid of contracts and all that, I think is excellent. Just like Tabitha, I've been with my company. I'm not ashamed to say, I'm with Metro. I've been with Metro PCS since they first started in 2004. And the reason why I decided to stay with Metro, because when I went to D.C., I had actually switched to Verizon. Long story short, Verizon hit me with so many hidden fees and bills. I'll pay my bill, and then 2 weeks later they hit me with another bill, and I'm like, what is this? The problem that I have, Antoinette, not to be long-winded, if you miss a few payments with these contracts, they put it on your credit, but you don't get no credit if you pay on time. That's the problem that I'm having. If I'm paying you like Tabitha, she's been with Sprint since 2004, that should be reported to her credit bureaus. That should be reported, but it's not. But let her miss payment. Then that get reported. So I think that's unfair. So I'm definitely for it, not having no contract.
Really excited. Right. So I'm really excited about this. And as you guys know, they're currently rolling out, so unless you don't know, 5G is the next network that's coming up and is currently slowly rolling out. They're quietly rolling this out right now as we speak across the country, and they're testing this out. So I know that companies are going to start offering 5G network also. So that's going to be a bonus package that you'll also be able to get within whatever carrier that you do get, as well as I can see Apple getting into the cell phone game now as far as being a network provider. because Apple has that gain, and they're trying to become a customer service-based company because they want to retain that value and have repeated customers versus you just picking up a product. So, I'm really excited about this, and I'm so glad I found this little gem that I found on TechCrunch today to bring to you guys, because I love watching this go back and forth and these big companies kind of battle it out and to see what I can learn from all of this. So
Antoinette, real quick, I'm like you. I love, and this is a great topic for your Talking Tech with Antoinette. I love it. T-Mobile bought Metro PCS. I want to say it was for like $11 billion. So that was a great investment for T-Mobile. So I get all these news things from T-Mobile regularly. And now, just last week, T-Mobile introduced something new called the T-Vision, and they're actually yes, you heard, so they now they're getting into the cable industry, and so it's crazy. It's about to, like you said, it's about to be a big battle in this industry.
It really is. So I actually reported about that on Black and Behind the Scenes as my industry news rundown about how they're now offering 300 channels through their new network, which is super cool. And like I said, I'm sorry, guys, I am outside.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, yeah.
We can't even tell.
Okay, good. It's bikers riding past. Anyway, so like I said, so with this 5G network, that's the whole reason why this is like a big push for people to be able to have content on their phone. So when you are commuting back and forth from work, you can stream movies, stream TV without any lag. And having those issues anymore. So, like I said, it's really about to be the network wars, just like we currently have the streaming wars. So, I'm excited.
Right. I highly suggest anybody working for DirecTV, any satellite companies, all of that, you figure it out, because that's not the direction to go in.
Yeah, no. And I'm tired of paying this high Verizon bill. I'm sick of it. I'm tired.
Yes. So as y'all know, the father from everybody that hates Chris stuck with my Metro PCS for 14, 15 years. I refuse to do Sprint. I refuse to do Verizon. But I just want to say this real quick. All these companies are fighting for our subscription. That's what they want.
Right.
They want to get us locked in to subscribe. If you think about the YouTube TVs, if you think about the Hulus, the Netflix, or what's the new one they got, the Slinging TV, even with T-Mobile doing they new thing, they want our subscriptions, and they're battling for it. So I think it's very interesting. I really do. It's going to be interesting to see how everything turns out ultimately, who will win. But I think Apple, I'm bet my money's going to be with Apple. Apple always wins.
If Apple can give me unlimited and several different phones that I can have, and at a certain price point that I'm looking at in my mind or thinking of, then I'm jumping ship, because I can't with Verizon anymore.
Right. Well, see, Apple did a great job, Tabitha and Antoinette, with just making their product seem cool to everyone. I know me and Tabitha, we're Android people, but Apple still has done a great job with just making their products cool. Like, people stand in line for hours for Apple products, so they've done a great job with branding.
Well, so what I also think that will happen with this eSIM card, they will probably also allow this technology to be given to Android customers and or providers as probably a lease or some type of deal that they'll do with those kind of providers as well. So this technology will not just be solely for Apple, in my opinion, and or other companies will make a replica and have the same model, so Android and other people outside the iPhone family can also have this benefit to be able to switch providers and networks. I definitely see that also as well.
I hope so. I'd like to test this out and see if I can get my bill down, because I pay $300 a month for 3 phones.
Yeah.
What?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. And by you being with them since 2004, you would think that, you wouldn't have to pay that much, right?
Sprint does not care about loyalty.
Care.
No,
don't.
Sprint. Every single time I see a Sprint commercial and they talk about how good they're treating new customers, I just yell at the TV, like, if only you treated loyal customers the same way. They give new customers all type of deals and discounts, and they do nothing for current customers.
Yeah.
But I needed that unlimited plan. Right.
It's a new day and age, so we shall see.
And Tabitha, you hit it on the head. While I was working for Sprint, that's what the customers, that was their biggest complaint. They were so mad that brand new customers was coming in getting better deals than the ones that been there for years.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I say that all the time. Like, they do nothing for me whatsoever. It's just the only reason, like, I went into an AT&T store and they looked at how much data me and DJ use, and they were like, we would kill y'all. Like, stay where you're at. Like, having Sprint's unlimited plan is cheaper than anybody else's unlimited plan. That's the only reason why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Metro is so smart. It's unlimited. There's no data plan. It's unlimited text, unlimited data. And my bill is the same bill every month. It's $60. I can talk all I want, internet all I want, and it's in every state. So I'm like, to me, that works out better for me. I don't have to worry about going over no data or rollovers or none of that.
Right. You know what I think it is, honestly? I think it's the name. I think people still haven't accepted, like, when you hear Metro, you just don't think, you don't think iPhone, you don't think Apple, you don't think Sprint, I think it's just we got to learn to respect the name. And then as the older you get, you're like, I don't give a damn. I respect my wallet. Like, I respect having cash left over.
Right.
Agreed.
So I ain't saying my Metro. I love my Metro. I ain't leaving. For real. I know my bill going to be $60 every month, and I can talk all I want, text all I want. I'm good. And they got all the coolest phones just like any other company. Like, they got all the other phones, the Galaxies. They got all that.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that is it for Talking Tech with Antoinette.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Great job.
Right.
You always bring it.
Guys.
Me and my son had an hour-long debate off of your Talking Tech with Antoinette topic a couple of weeks ago. We had an hour-long debate, kind of similar along the same lines we're talking about right now. I wish he was on this podcast right now. My son is like a little Steve Urkel, and he's a gamer too, just like Tabitha's son. He's a gamer. And we was talking about the new Google, what is it, the Stadia, the new streaming system, video game system that Google is providing. And he hates it. He hates the idea. And it kind of goes along. I say, son, it's the future. You just have to. He said, no, Dad. I want to keep GameStop. He said, I want the hard copy. Kind of like what Tabitha was saying about her CDs. He said, I want the video game. I don't want to have to stream my video game. I don't want that, Dad. He's really upset about it. But, they want our subscriptions. Once again, they want our subscriptions.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because, a lot of people are not really into the whole, I mean, granted, I honestly just started purchasing music from Apple streaming services. Like, I would say, like, when Beyonce dropped her 4 album, was it 4 or... It was one of Beyonce's albums that I actually... Oh, no, the Beyonce album. When she did that whole package, that was the first time I actually bought an album from a streaming service. So it took me a while to actually get adjusted to technology. So now, instead of just being so hesitant and resistant and rejecting it, I'm kind of embracing it because I know I cannot, run away from this, and it's coming regardless of, whether I want it to or not. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the debate, Antoinette, with me and my son, kind of along the lines of what you were saying, and we just boiled it down to this. It was ownership versus new releases and unlimited access. Let's take something like Netflix, for example. Netflix bought Blockbuster, but Netflix provide us with unlimited movies and new releases. Blockbuster gave us ownership. We can go in there and buy it. So my son said, Dad, ownership is important. I was happy to hear him say that. But in this case, it's just about what choice you want to make. Do you want to own your CDs like Tabitha want to own her Brandy CD? Or do you rather pay $10 a month and get all the new releases and unlimited streaming? So it's your choice.
Very true. Yeah, it is.
So most people are choosing unlimited music and new releases opposed to owning the physical copies. So I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like you think about it, not even your kids, they won't even know what life was with physical hard copies of really anything, like DVDs.
Right.
We're talking even like just anything, purchasing. Going into a store, like that stuff. I mean, think about it, guys. Like, even just walking into a store is going to be kind of vintage and kind of old school.
Right.
Just going online and buying your
Instacart.
So, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
It's the car. Anything always coming back to talking tech or internet. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right. And think about when I think of, like, the classics, like, other than Beyonce and Brandy still, I don't think there's anything new that comes out that I need a physical copy. Don't get me wrong, I like LMA, but I don't have that desire to have a physical LMA CD in my hand. It's all the classics, like the old school, like my movies, Color Purple, Howard the Duck, Coming to America, Beetlejuice. Like, I like having those physical copies, but I don't feel the need to have a physical copy of, you know, what's that new little movie that, you know, just came out? Like, so I think that desire is more with classics. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everything moving forward, I can just stream.
I agree. And I would have to raise you one with that. Tabitha, I actually got Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly on vinyl. Not even CD, but vinyl. And it's signed.
Oh.
So I have it. Yeah.
And it's signed? Wait a minute. It's signed? How did you get that? You bought it on eBay? How did you get that?
He was actually performing in D.C. like 2 years when he was doing his To Pimp a Butterfly concert, and he was signing vinyl albums and giving them out with the tickets that you got. So
I love it.
Yeah, we have it framed in the house now. So yeah,
that's
I knew that
super
album
dope.
was a classic.
She said we got it framed. You got it framed?
Because we had two copies. Me and Corey both have one. So we have one framed and we have one out. So definitely.
I think you guys are the biggest Kendrick Lamar fans.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
That's dope. I love it. All right, guys. This your boy, Del Wayne, with the Let's Be Clear podcast entertainment report. All right, guys. So we got some news. All my hip-hop fans, especially my Dirty South hip-hop fans. UGK rapper Bun B got into a shootout inside his own home when an intruder tried to make off with his wife's car. Law enforcement says around 5:45 last night, there was a knock on Bun B's door. His wife opened it, thinking it was a possible delivery. Once she opened the door, she realized it was a masked man holding a gun. The intruder demanded her valuables. Bun B's wife offered her car that was in the garage. Bun B heard all the commotion from upstairs. He grabbed his gun and confronted the intruder. And as the intruder was trying to get away with the car, they got into a shootout. Bun B and the intruder were shooting at each other. Bun B must have hit the intruder because he left his gun. Several hours later, that the masked man showed up at a Houston area hospital with a gunshot injury to his shoulder. The man was treated and released from the hospital, but he was also arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and also an account of burglary. Bun B and his wife are safe. Thank God they are safe. So that's what I have for our entertainment report. This is one case where the Second Amendment really worked this time. We live in a country where we have the highest murders per capita, more than any other country in the world. But I'm happy that Bun B and his wife are safe, and he used his gun like he should have.
Right.
What's your thoughts, lady? Any thoughts on this entertainment report?
That's scary.
I actually had it is. I had no idea that actually happened, and I'm very in tune with a lot of stuff that happens with hip hop and rap and everything, but I did not hear about this.
Yep, just released today, and we can have a whole discussion about the Second Amendment, because when I saw this particular story, that's the first thing that came to my mind, because I am one person in America, probably one of many, that think that we need a better gun control. We need better. There's no reason why we should have these high crimes and murders with guns. But in this case, definitely, I'm glad he was packing, and I'm just happy that nothing happened to him and his wife. This would have been a sad month for hip-hop if something would have happened to him or his wife.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be very happy to hear you bring up this topic, because, you know, having a gun in our home is a conversation we have very often. So he'll say, you know, here's yet another reason why it's important to be able to protect ourselves and protect our family for situations like that. And you never think it's going to happen to you. And that's unfortunate, but like you said, I'm glad they're okay. and that idiot. So now he showed up at the hospital because he's hurt. It's like it wasn't worth it.
Right. And, my wife, she don't like guns. She hates guns. And I don't like guns either, but I know how important it is to be able to protect yourself in the world that we live in. So I'm kind of torn between the two because I don't want a gun in the house either, but if somebody trying to break in my house, I want to be able to pop their ass. And that's just how I feel about it. And I will shoot them quick. But so that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of torn between the two. Antoinette, what do you think about owning a gun? Are you a gun owner? Do you think it's important to be a gun owner?
So I'm really conflicted about this topic because although I don't like guns per se, I'm not really an advocate for guns. I do believe in situations like this, it is really important for you to be able to protect yourself. In that same breath, I would say that I am planning on going to the gun range because if I ever do get in a situation where I need to protect myself, I want to make sure that I am able to shoot, aim, and do exactly what I need to do to get this handled at the appropriate time. There will be no missing of that, target.
I know that's right, sister. I know that's right. Get them.
So, in the same breath, so I'm torn because I also believe that with guns, you bring a certain vibe and certain energy with that. But I also believe in protecting my family and everything at the same time. So, again, I'm torn, but I do see both sides.
Yeah, and, right now they got technology. They got, like, the little Ring doorbell. I know y'all seen the commercials. I think Shaq is, like, one of their celebrity endorsers. They're investors. I think Nas also invested in Ring where, they have little cameras where people, those are important in today's age. And so if you are uncomfortable about having guns, you can get cameras all on your house, alarm systems, that really helps. So, but, we live in an age where, like we was talking about Amazon, everything is delivery, and you don't know who is at your house, and you assume, like she assumed, it was a delivery, and it was a robber. So,
that's my biggest fear. That is my biggest fear of answering my door, thinking it's FedEx or thinking it's UPS, and it's actually somebody there to rob me. I did allow DJ to get a gun and have it in the house, but he has to have it. It's in a safe that has fingerprint access. So that's how he opens it. That's how he opens it up with his fingerprint. So that was the only way I was willing.
That's dope. All right, ladies. The last part of my entertainment report is a little bit of sports. As y'all know, I love basketball. It's my favorite time of year. It's NBA playoffs. I'm actually got the game for right now. But my other part of my entertainment report is actually NFL news. Just last week, Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband, he is now the highest paid player in the NFL. Russell Wilson just inked a $140 million contract with $65 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid football player of all time, which is awesome. I'm really proud of that brother. Him and Sierra released a video last week where they were laying in the bed and they just kind of were just happy to make the announcement to the world. So with that being said, Russell Wilson, ladies, did the sweetest thing. I thought was the sweetest thing. I was telling my wife this morning. I said, baby, Russell Wilson did the sweetest thing for Sierra. She said, what did he do? I said, a couple of days ago, Russell Wilson went out and bought Sierra Masters. He bought all the rights to her music and gave it to her as a gift. I said, baby, she was like, are you serious? I said, yes. I said, that was the best gift. I said, that's something I would have done for you, baby. She said, I know. So I just thought that was really sweet for Russell Wilson to do that for his wife, Sierra. What do you think, lady?
It's easy to say, I would have done that if I had $65 million. I would take care of you too, baby. I know you would have.
Yeah.
Right. I think Russell Williams. I think he definitely understands that he can't spend all that money himself in this lifetime. Some of the things that I've heard him doing, some confirmed and some not confirmed. So I'm not even going to bring up the future situation, but some of the things I've heard him do in the last couple of days just shows what kind of man he is, what kind of decent man and human being he is, whether it be husband, father, friend, teammate. And like I said, it shows that he realizes there's no way I could spend all of this money in my lifetime. So let me do nice things and do right by people.
That's good. Yes.
No, only I was going to add is that I thought that the highlight of this whole story was that clip of Sierra and Russell in the bed. Looks like they just got finished doing you know what.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. She was like, yeah, go Seahawks. I was like, I know that's right, girl. You better
listen.
I was there all day.
If I'm in the house and DJ signs a deal like that, please believe. Please understand. That's huge. Like, how else do you celebrate a moment like that? You know what I mean? Like, you
Exactly.
Yes. So when Russell Wilson buy the rights to his wife's music and given to her as a gift, it brought me to a question for you ladies. We all in relationships right now. What is the best gift you ever received in a relationship that you're in right now? What is the best gift your spouse ever gave you?
That's a good question. DJ is a really good gift giver. He is a really, really good gift giver. So I'd have to really think hard about, like, he listens. Also, you know what I mean? Like, I'll say something, like, one year I had, the first time I had bought a brand new car, I had randomly mentioned wanting to chrome it out. And, like, randomly one day I come downstairs and he had ordered, like, the doorknobs and everything to chrome out my car. And it's like he does things for me that I almost forget that I say that I wanted, type of a thing.
Yes.
I have to think harder. Angela, I'll let you go. I'll let you say what Corey's done, because I'd have to really think harder. What's the best one he's done?
I have the same issue, but I will say one thing that stood out to me the most was my 25th birthday. My brother, unbeknownst to me, this was a surprise party that my brother and my boyfriend got together and planned for me. And I had no idea this was happening. It didn't get back to me. I don't know how I didn't find out about this. But him, my brother, and Corey worked together and planned this surprise party for me. And it was really nice. And I had no idea the fact that they worked together and they pulled it off without me knowing anything. And which is funny is that my brother knows me really well, but so does Corey. So there were certain aspects and things that my brother wanted Corey to do, and Corey was like, well, no, Antoinette's not going to believe that. Like, I got to do something else.
Right.
She's not going to believe that she's coming here and someone wants to see her, or, like, how am I going to get her to the house without suspecting something's happening? So the fact that they worked together and they pulled that off without me really knowing was amazing. So, yeah. So
wait a minute. Is this the same brother that didn't like Corey in the beginning?
The same one.
And now they're working together. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Working together to make the woman that they love so much so happy. So I love it.
Aww.
Right.
That is sweet.
That is.
I know. Oh. And they didn't even like each other in the beginning. That's dope. I like it. Well, your brother was a half.
You know.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah.
So my wife just bought me an exercise bike, and I'm looking at it right now. She like, baby, when you gonna put that bike together? So she tried to buy. My wife buys me things, and I won't allow her. She say, baby, you won't allow me to buy you things because I'm kind of old school. I feel like a man should do all the gift buying for the woman, but she like, baby, let me buy you something sometime. So most recently, she bought me an exercise bike that I have not put together yet because I don't feel like frustrating myself with it. But the most I've done for my wife, I took it recently, not recently, but lately. The last time I really did something huge for my wife, I took her to the Grand Canyon. We went to Beverly Hills, and we went to Las Vegas before we moved here, and that's what we did. It was like a really, really big trip. She had a great time. If you never been to the Grand Canyon, I recommend it. It's really romantic. It's really nice, and she loved that. So that most recently, I think that's probably the biggest thing I did for my wife, just taking her to the Grand Canyon, and she loved it.
Right.
Wow, super nice.
I love that.
That's really nice.
I love that. Okay, well, after thinking a little harder about it, I have some real good ones to mention. But I think the one that caught me off guard the most is when DJ trademarked Cocoa Brown Curls XO.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, like, literally, it wasn't even like I had an inkling. It's not even like we had recently talked about it. Like, he literally just announced I trademarked it. And the reason I think
that's
huge. I think the reason it stood out the most.
Beautiful.
Right. I think the reason it stood out the most to me is because it was a testament of how much he believed in me, and what I had done. That he was like, no, like, we need to, not only within the state, but it's federally trademarked. So, it kind of was my turning point. Yeah.
That's up there with Russell Wilson buying her masters. That's really dope. I love it.
Yeah, that really is.
Right.
Yeah, that's dope. Tell DJ, I gotta step it up now. I gotta do something big, man. He just said, tell him I said he set the bar so high for me right now. I gotta step it up.
And I didn't even. I mean, it's not even something I had considered for myself. So I didn't even realize that you have to involve a lawyer. Like, I didn't know everything that it took.
Yeah,
to get,
it's
a process. Yeah. So for him to like he literally came to me, and I don't know if it was our anniversary or my birthday is when he announced it to me. But yeah, he was just like, I believe in you, and I think, what you got going on is something that you can take very far, and I trademarked your name.
Fantastic.
That's hella dope.
Yeah,
that's hella dope. Much respect. All right, ladies, that's all I have for my entertainment report. I appreciate you, ladies. Great show. Tabitha, Antoinette. Tabitha, where can they find you at? Let them know.
So you guys already know, you can find me on social media, Coco Brown Curls XO. You can find me on my website, CocoBrownCurlsXO.com. And again, look out for any updates on the World Natural Hair Show this weekend. If I do not commit to a brand in the next 16 minutes, your girl will at least be down there kind of giving you guys some ideas of the amazing show that they put on again this year. And stay tuned for more updates for the 2019 Ditch the Band live event with the Puff Cuff.
Awesome. Antoinette, tell them what you got going on and where they can find you at.
Yeah, guys. So, like I said earlier, we're getting ready to wrap up Season 3 of Black and Behind the Scenes. So you can go ahead and listen to us on all streaming platforms for podcasts. That's at Black and Behind the Scenes. Follow us on Instagram for all the latest Black Hollywood news and breaking stories, news, and events, as well as exclusive interviews that we do cover. So please check us out. Again, we're on Season 3. We're wrapping up. Next month is our last month when we take a break for the summer. So definitely check us out. As well as you can find me on Instagram at Antoinette Taupe, like the color.
All right. Awesome. Great job.
And what about you, Delwyn? What you got going on?
Yes,
all right. Thank you. Yeah. May 3rd. Friday, May 3rd is the third Skyview Networking event. It's my very own event here in Las Vegas. If you're going to be in town in Las Vegas, come check us out. It's a great event. It grows every month. Like, this is the third one. I'm really excited. Right now, I got over 100 companies already reserved to be there, small businesses. So it's May 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Delaney Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm really excited about it. And y'all can find me on Instagram at Las Vegas Updates. Real simple, Las Vegas Updates. I promise to post a little bit more often. But, follow me, Las Vegas Updates.